because there had been certain situations where he was quite verbally aggressive. You know, if I did something wrong, it wouldn't just be Jules, you know.
Did he hit you? I mean, what do you mean?
No,
verbally aggressive?
Verbally.
How old were you then when you remember some of these things happening?
Through 11. I mean, I forgive him because obviously it must have been a very difficult and strange time, especially with the huge success and just the diversity of moving around the world, meeting different creative people. So I understand it.
With Julian, my first child, I was just toured the world. I would come home and there'd be a 12-year-old boy there who I had no relationship whatsoever. Now he's 17. I'm getting a relationship now because I can talk and about music and whatever he's into. I'd come back from Australia and he'd be a different size. I wouldn't even recognize the way he looked half the time. Yeah. I didn't want that to be like that.
Noted, Julian was not a planned child. He was conceived at the height of the Beatlemania, when frankly John was in a terrible position to be a father. Some of this was beyond John's control, although he certainly handled what was within his control very poorly. John was always touring and recording, and was in and out of the lives of Julian and his first wife Cynthia. In 1970, when John and Yoko moved to the United States, John continued to be very outspoken politically, and he was eventually targeted by Nixon's administration. He was stalked and harassed, and his immigration status was invalidated on questionable grounds. He spent a number of years combating this in court and eventually won, but until this was resolved, John would have had great difficulty returning to the United States if he had left. John missed out key years in Julian's development, because he was sort of stuck in the United States. It is also true that John was never entirely out of the picture, and Julian has remarked more recently that he and John had some good times together in the mid-70s when John's girlfriend May Pang, during his separation from Yoko, encouraged him to see Julian and arrange a handful of visits. I guess the sad thing about it, the more we were getting to know each other, in my late teens, when he was taken away, the regret of not being able to get to know him better, but I kind of grew through his music. Julian said,
I keep looking at him crawling about and throwing me cigarettes on the phone, thinking, where did he come from? You know, it's just, you do tend to think a bit when you see them. Love, that's the main thing, you know, he's just got to be happy and know he's wanted. I'm not having any of that boarding school or any sending him away, he's going to be with us all the time.